This all makes sense in time. You see, this town has secrets, Luka. A very dark past indeed. A past that must be brought to light. Welcome to Beacon Pines. Mr. Tolliver?
Chapter 7. The Interrogation of Hiram Tolliver. Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string. The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain, they couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Luka's house. After some deliberation, it was decided.
They run the classic good cop, blink cop interrogation. What we got here? Chillin' hard. Interesting. I'll say let's go with hard. Might be fun. Let's do it.
They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation. Rolo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times. Rolo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, Mr. Tolliver.
Mr. Tolliver remained motionless. Rolo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Mr. Tolliver?
Beck and Luka gave each other an unsure glance. Rolo slammed his fist on the table.
I said, Mr. Tolliver!
He grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face. Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in the world?
The chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Who's there?
Mr. Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rolo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
I'll be asking the questions here, punk. Now hold on. Let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in dirt. As for you, looks like you're sweating.
The doubtful expression on Beck and Luka's faces transformed into awe.
We can do this my way, or... Well, let's just say, I never needed another way.
Rolo, hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall. He slammed the table again.
Now dance! What? I don't even...
Mr. Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
Oh. You've tied me down. How on earth could I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk. Spill the beans. What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Jumper, to make sure everything's ready. So, you're in cahoots with Gran. Gran?
Mr. Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
Oh, maybe he doesn't know it's the kids. Gonna help her blow up the festival, eh? Blow up the festival? Good lord.
He shook his head, feeling more and more dizzy.
Oh no, you've got it all wrong. Where is she now? She's headed to the source. Source? What's the source? It's where...
His voice faded to a whisper.
The town began, where it all began. What is Operation Sparkplug?
With that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold. Rolo swung around with a repentant grimace.
Well then. Damn, Rolo. I think you went a little too hard on him. What did he say about the source? It's where the town began? We need more information. Yeah, but we better not push Mr. Tolliver any farther. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about the History Museum? It just got set up for the festival. Nah, that tent was put up by the Valentines. Everything they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? The library? If there's any information about the source thing, Kaido can help us find it. Let's go get some answers. Oh, instant teleportation. Nice. Let's talk to Kaido. This is a dang nice library. Thanks, we worked hard on it. Aren't you a little too adorable to be a librarian? Oh, Kaido hang out here so much, eventually they gave him a set of keys. I just keep an eye on the place for Miss Novak sometimes. They got you working for free? It's quiet, and I get access to all the books I can read. What more could a person want? Fair enough. What can I do for you all? We need a favor. I already told you and Rolo. I can't put you any higher on the wait list for the next Hank Atomic. And if you're here with more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bought. Call it a personal code of conscience. Actually, we're looking to do some research. Now you're speaking my language. What are you looking for? That's the thing, we sort of don't know. What do you got on the history of the town? There's the county record archives. What's in those? Births, deaths, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading. But they do go all the way back to when the town was founded. Great, we'll start there.
Chapter 8.
Oh, that was quick.
6 feet under, 3 towns over.
6 feet under? Could it be Luka's dad? 3 towns over in Beacon Pines? The other one? I guess we'll find out.
The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance. Luka tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos.
Who is
Gran
she?
was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult.
I'm pretty sure that's the other Beacon Pines still.
As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
If I have to read any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop. We have to keep digging. If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of these asinine death records. Rolo Cotter lived a full and wonderful life. Till he read so much boring crud that his brain oozed out of his ears.
Rolo shut his book with an assertive nod.
If you got any better idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal. And it won't be boring county records that kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries
Rolo
myself.
muttered under his breath.
You're a county record. Really? That's the best you've got? When I'm done with you, you'll be the footnote in history. Just
Beck
like
slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
J. Hartford here. I'd love to see you try. Hey. We're all a little tired here. Let's just take a minute and...
Something tickled the back of Luka's mind.
Wait, what was that name back? In the obit? J. Hartford. From the Brookville Tribune, 8 years ago. That can't be right. What is it? J. Hartford. That's my Gran's name, Juniper Hartford. Maybe there were 2 J. Hartfords? Mrs. Hartford is survived by her young daughter, E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. If your Gran is 6 feet under, 3 towns over, then who am I living with? Wait, he didn't know she died too? But yeah, if that's not Gran, who is she?
The question hung in the air.
Alright, gang. I gotta close up for the night.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
How late is it? Almost 10. Ooh, boy, that's late. Aw, crap. Pa's gonna kill me. I gotta go. Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Okay, let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? I'll think of something.
Luka's heart was pounding as he approached the house. If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business. Luka shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering.
Maybe because it's the kids, they won't be too harsh on them. Uh-oh. She home.
He held perfectly still, tempering his breath and listened closely.
Maybe her being plopped down on the sofa, she doesn't know about it? She might have went directly to the sofa and passed out. Maybe.
She was asleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
Check on Mr. Tolliver in the basement. Okay. Do I want to check on her? I doubt there's any interaction. Yep. Let's go check on Mr. Tolliver. Let me shut these off. Stop causing trouble here. Alright, let's head down. He's definitely not there. Oh no.
Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
Well, I guess that's done. Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings, and left without a trace. I'm assuming he's gonna have to tell Gran what happened.
Or maybe Gran knew everything.
Yeah. What do I do?
Luka's hungry stomach groaned.
Oh no.
Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
Oof. Okay, I can figure this out. Just need a little brain food.
Luka rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
You want to do that? I'm afraid your jam delivery will be
He
delayed.
flipped the lid to read the label.
Mr. Nuncreed. Okay, now I can think. So, if Gran knows we tied up Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. I guess the only option is to go to bed and act as if nothing is wrong. Gran will think Mr. Tolliver finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done. Go to sleep. Guess that's the best bet for now. She's gone. Gran? Okay, stick to the plan. Go to bed and play it cool.
As Luka climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened.
Was
His stride began to falter.
Yeah, was something in the jam?
He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself.
It was for Mr. Nuncreed. I doubt she did that to go.
Something was wrong.
Yeah? Come on, legs. Just a few more steps. Oh,
Luka groaned and tried to move.
oh boy.
His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground.
He's not like poison, right?
Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
Maybe it's just to put him to sleep. Knock him out. The drum. Well, I guess he did go to sleep. Oh, man. Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? She knows. Is she dragging his body? Rest now and let me handle everything. Well, I don't think she wants to hurt Luka.
Chapter 9.
We're flying by the chapters.
A speech to end all speeches.
Interesting.
Luka awoke to find himself face down in bed. He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him?
I think it was for Mr. Nuncreed.
Or rather, why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed?
Yeah, she probably doesn't trust him and trying to take him out of the equation. He did have contact, I believe, with Perino Harvest in the other timeline, so he might be working with them somewhat.
Shaking the questions from his woozy head, Luka snapped back to the matter at hand.
The festival! Let's go! Let's head directly there. Oh, hey. Where have you been? Gran put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret messages for secret conspirators. Not this one. The one intended for Mr. Nuncreed. Put me to sleep. Whoa. Oh. Sly devil. Sly. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. She definitely is trying to remove him from the equation. Have you found anything? We looked around, but haven't seen anything odd. Your Gran is nowhere to be found. She's probably at the other Beacon Pines. But Mr. Nuncreed is just loafing around waiting for the speech. What speech? Mayor Gus just got up to the podium. Oh, that might be the speech. Everyone is gathering at the stage. Let's get moving. Let's go. Oh, yeah, everyone's here.
Augustus Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
Ah, poor guy. Is Mr. Nuncreed in the crowd? Oh yeah, he's right there by the stage. Ahem. Is this thing on? Hello, Beacon Pines. I'm Augustus Valentine, your mayor, and I suppose you already know that. Oh yes, before we get started, I just wanted to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be where it is today without my father, Sharper Valentine. So, I thought we could begin with a round of applause befitting such a great man. Even that's more than that old cogger deserved.
Gus cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Where was I?
William Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
Of course. Gus Valentine, everyone.
He gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Yeah. Let's hear it for our mayor. What a great turnout. Ah, heck. I didn't prepare anything. Bullshit. You were practicing a speech the other day. But I suppose I could say a few words. Sure, buddy. Would be a shame to waste such a beautiful podium.
Mr. Kerr pulled a thick stack of note cards out from his vest.
Yep. The music. Community. Conviction. Commitment. These are the things we celebrate at Perennial Harvest. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. It's inexorable, unavoidable, and undeniable. And I am dadgum thankful for it. Change is the reason we're all together today. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago when fate brought me here. A simple business trip which brought me to a small town, which would change my life forever. So they didn't come in until about 2 years after the fallow harvest started?
Mr. Kerr took a moment to survey the crowd.
You know what?
He wiped away a single tear.
From the second I set foot in Beacon Pines, something about this place had held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place. To see that the people of this town, despite suffering great loss, still held on to the things that made them
He
special.
thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
Community, conviction, commitment, change.
Mr. Kerr nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to you all than community. And perennial harvest is a community first and foremost.
Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only way you made it through the foul harvest was an unshakable conviction. A conviction that a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Perennial Harvest was founded on the conviction that we are that horizon. This festival is a symbol of our commitment to each other.
His voice began to build to a crescendo.
We now walk hand in hand into a future we will shape together. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish. Oh, did Gran go? Yeah, Gran must have went through with her plan. And if it was as bad as the other timeline, things are about to get pretty chilly, I'm guessing. What was that?
The crowd began to look around nervously.
Fireworks. Don't worry, a little thunder isn't going to ruin this day. Everyone, remain calm. Sure, buddy.
Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Through all my travels, I have learned one true thing. Is he going to be able to finish his speech? One always reaps what they sow. Oh, karma's coming back at him. We have all planted a lot of good in this town. And so it is with a happy heart that I can proclaim.
He raised his hands
speech
up to the heavens.
Is coming. Our harvest away! Yep.
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched.
Well, I guess in this one, at least everyone's chilling together.
For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end.
Him frozen in the moment. His moment.
On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time. The end.
Well,
there's that ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything!
who? The narrator.
Maybe we should just quit? Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again.
Whoa. Oh, no.
I don't mean that. We got a little closer this time. We just need to try again.
Exactly.
Please.
We'll get there. Oh, we have Sly over there now. I think I'm still gonna go with Chill this time though. And then we'll do Sly.
They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
I'll handle this. Just play it cool. Oh, so Luka's doing the interrogation this time. Oh, maybe Sly is Beck's then. They each do one. Alright, let's see how Luka handles this one.
Luka walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times.
Okay. Oh.
Mr.
Wakey,
Tolliver
wakey.
shook his head, gathering his wits.
Golly, I sure got my bell rung.
He looked over to find Luka, who returned a calming grin.
Does he realize it's Luka this time? Sorry, Mr. Tolliver. This was all a big mistake. Luka, what's going on here? Why do you have me strapped down? No one's fault, really. Rolo just got a little startled. Rolo's here?
Rolo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Hi. Well, alright. Mistakes happen. You kids gave old Hiram a good scare. Let's just get me out of these ropes and call it even.
Luka glanced over to Rolo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Mr. Tolliver, why are you in my Gran's basement? I'm here to help, of course. Help with what? What's my Gran up to? If you'll just cut me loose, I can show you. How do I know we can trust you?
Mr. Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
Luka, have I ever done wrong by you? No. And since your Gran moved to town, haven't I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah. So why would I turn my back on your family now? It's just... all this stuff seems pretty weird. A board with names of people from town. An archive of my dad's old disturbing patient notes.
Luka gestured to the corner.
Barrels of explosives? I can explain everything. You just need to untie me. He's gonna try to escape. You kids deserve an explanation.
Luka looked again to Rolo and Beck. This time they shrugged. Luka began to slowly loosen the bindings.
He's gonna definitely escape.
Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
That's a good lad. Yep, he's walking backwards. This all makes sense in time.
He edged imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
You see, this town has secrets, Luka. A very dark past, indeed.
Before the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
How did you not notice him walking backwards? A past that must be brought to...
He punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
Light. Hold on. Son of a...
Beck darted to the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rolo confirmed what they all heard.
What? He just walked us down here. Uh-oh.
Mr. Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
Oh no, they're gonna get stuck here, and the chill will be coming, I'm guessing. I wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep tight down there, and let the adults handle this.
They looked bewildered at each other.
Play it cool, huh? Not now, Beck. I guess Rolo's went a bit better. Ooh.
They heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation. This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town.
Really?
Luka opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right.
I have doubt.
Only a hollow croak escaped.
Poor guy.
The end.
Well then, yeah, I guess they're stuck there.
Well, we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement.
That is correct.
Back to the drawing board.
Alright, well that one was pretty quick. I guess we're gonna just go straight to Sly now. So, let's go with Sly then.
They'd run the classic good cop, sly cop interrogation. Luka and Rolo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task. With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
Yep, it's Beck's turn. I wonder if Beck's path is going to be the better of the three. Snap, snap. What? What's going on here? I don't know if he's familiar with Beck. You're that Mowell girl. Please, call me Beck. Sorry about all this.
Mr. Tolliver looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
Seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Jumper sent you here?
Beck caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face.
So Gran did send him down.
She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was gonna be easy.
You know how Jumper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup. But she sent a child? What better way to avoid prying eyes? Who would suspect a kid? I suppose that makes sense.
Mr. Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
So he probably won't be escaping this time. The other two are still hidden too, technically. That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand. We never know who to trust in this town.
Mr. Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. So it turns out we're both here too.
Beck twirled her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
Is he gonna go for it? Destroy the evidence. Oh.
Beck shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep, the old gal is nothing if not thorough.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
She sure is. Can't blame her though. If anyone were to find out that we're going to destroy the source, well, we both know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I finish cleaning things up down here.
Beck was on a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
She sure is. You're sure you can finish this up on your own? Juniper trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good. There's one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing, really. The other day, I had the radio on scan while restocking the candy shelf. And wouldn't you know it, I intercepted an old phrase in Barino Harvest transmission. Underground secrets. Definitely spying on them. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. Said it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. So we have a password and nowhere to put it. Ooh, are we gonna find out where to put it though? It's gonna mean something, right? Good thinking. You should probably go work that out. I've got this under control. That's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
Damn, Beck. You guys catch that? Sure did. This whole time, Mr. Tolliver's had a candy shelf. Rolo. But all he ever sells us is apples.
Beck blinked slowly in disappointment.
The password, Rolo. Well, sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shelf. Fine. In the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he heard a password on the radio. Any good spy transmission is never what it seems.
Beck marked each scrap of paper and leaned back.
Oh, really? It was underground secrets. We just need to find the hidden meaning. Okay. What's another word for underground? Below? Buried? Covered? Could it be cover up? Interesting. Maybe it's one of those each letter is a number thingies. So U would be 21. N would be 14. D would be... Ooh, it's an anagram. Nuncreed's drugstore. Oh, shit, Rolo.
Luka and Beck looked at Rolo with amazement.
Bro, that was incredible. Well, it's either that or Kren's nude drugstore. Yeah, I think you were right the first time. How did you do that? What can I say? I love ciphers. Well, I guess we know where to go next. Hey gremlins, if you're loving my content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Be sure to turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Your support helps me keep creating more content for you all. And don't forget to share and leave a comment too. Let's grow this community together. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep on being you.